Arizona GOP Senate candidate Blake Masters so far not conceding after that race was called for Democratic Senator Mark Kelly over the weekend. Masters saying he wants to wait until every vote is counted. And in the end, if Senator Kelly has more, then he will congratulate him. Meanwhile, the governor's race between Democrat Katie Hobbs and Republican Kari Lake is too close to call. Look at this, less than a percentage point between the two of them. This is Arizona's largest county, Maricopa County, that has more ballots that still need to be counted. And officials there say the vote count should end sometime this week, days after Election Day. Helen Purcell was the Maricopa County recorder for 28 years, and she joins us now. So tell me about the process there for counting votes. And is this a delay, or is this more the procedure that is typical of Arizona?
This is more the procedure that's typical for Arizona. We have allowed voters to drop off their early ballots at the polls. And in this election, we saw 290,000 ballots dropped off at the polls on Election Day. So that's certainly more than we've ever seen before, a great deal more. And those have to be scanned and signature verified and processed before they can be counted. Maricopa County counted another 98,000 yesterday, and they anticipate they have about 94,000 left, and they anticipate counting that today. There will still be some few votes, provisional ballots. We have large print ballots that have to be duplicated. We have military overseas ballots that have to be duplicated. So there's still a few, but we should have some definitive on all of the races by this evening.
By this evening. Okay. Well, in terms of the governor's results, we talked about how close it's been. Kari Lake particularly has been very vocal against how Arizona rather counts its ballots. So are there misconceptions, or is this something that you think needs to change, considering all of your experience there?
Well, I think that one thing that might speed it up would be the fact that we allow people to drop their ballots off on Election Day, and that's something that some of the other states do not. So that might be something we could look at. But you're always going to have, if you want to have accuracy, you're always going to have some time after the election to finish up what's left.
Do you think that this longer process has encouraged people to think twice about Arizona's voting procedures? Do you think that there's been a public mistrust as a result of it taking so long?
Well, I certainly think that is an issue. We saw in the 2020 election where everybody said the election was not good. And I think that's what some people are saying today. However, it has been very methodical. The election officials, I believe, have done a wonderful job, and they've done everything according to the law.
Mm-hmm. One more question. What do you think needs to be done to improve the process? And how could we rebuild trust or put trust in the system again?
Well, I think the ability to be transparent, to let everybody see what's happening at the polling places and at the counting center. That's one of the things. As I said before, we might change our scenario of allowing people to drop off their ballot on Election Day.
All right, Helen Purcell, thank you very much. You had a long career as county recorder there in Maricopa. We're grateful to have you on the show this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.